Hi guys, so today we have linear equations, and whether you believe it or not, this linear equation or several other linear equations of higher order proves to be the foundation of many more maths of different kinds. Okay, so it's very necessary that your foundation is absolutely sound. All right, so let's start from the scratch, and here we go. Linear equation means an equal to sign. There will be a left hand side and a right hand side, both have to be balanced. All right, and the end product that we need to find out is the value of x. As you can see, x is sitting coolly with 3. We need to isolate this x and find its value so that it satisfies, okay, the value given on the left hand side with respect to the right hand side. Well, this might seem a little complicated, but believe me, you are at the right place, and let's go ahead and try to resolve any sort of ambiguity or confusion regarding it. All right, guys. So this video I am posting on demand from many students who have asked me to upload a video that deals with the entire concept of linear equations. Well, we can call this a simple equation too, because in NCERT class 7 what we have is that they call linear equation as simple equation. Simple equation is different from linear equation because in that what we have is an x, okay, as the only variable in it. All right, well, linear equations can come in several more variables which we learn by and by as we proceed ahead. All right, guys, so from the beginning, as you can see, this is a definition, a part definition of a linear equation. So the linear equation is an algebraic equation. For example, this 3x plus 5 equals to minus 4. So what are the key factors of this is that there has to be a variable. Now guys, tell me, what do you mean by a variable? What do you understand by a variable? Okay, so we have heard often this word variable, but most of us are not able to understand why is it called a variable. Okay, say mama sent you to the market to buy, say, x number of eggs. Now that could be 1 dozen, 2 dozen, 3 dozen. So x varies in values. Okay. So if I would say there are x number of boys in my class, okay, so which means x could be 30, it could be 3, it could be 300. Okay. So that is why we call x as a variable that can vary in its value. Rest of them are supposed to be constant. They do not change their value. Okay, so now there are two things that you have learned. Okay, first is variable for this, and these are all the constant. Even a 3 sitting with x supposed to be a constant. 3 will suddenly not grow up and become 8. All right, so guys, remember that. But these are the peripheral things which we do not have to concentrate on in this chapter. Okay, so far 3x plus 5 is equal to minus 4 is an example of a linear equation. Alright guys, and where the highest power of the variable x is 1. Now what does that mean? Any idea? Well, that means that x has a power of 1. If 1 is written over here, okay, x to the power 1, it means we do away with writing 1 from there because x already has a power of 1. If 2 were there, then that would be written. Okay, so x will always be as x, not as x square or x cube or anything as such. So in linear equation, remember, the power of x will remain as 1. So this is all till here. All right, now the next thing that we have before you is even more interesting. Okay, so just as I was saying you that linear equations could come in two variables, okay, as well. Say 5x plus 3y equals to 13, or we can write say 2a plus 3b equals to 12. Okay, so such things may come up as a linear equation. Okay, so these are the kinds of linear equations that you will have to register, that such equations are known as linear equations. Now next we are moving on to transposition. Okay, so the nature of transposition that is done in linear equation will be explained you in detail now. All right, so what is most vital about linear equation is that we must know the rules of transposition. Guys, it's very important that you know the rules of transposition, okay, in order to solve the equation. All right, so what are the rules of equations? Okay, it means that we need to reverse the fundamental operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. If there is an addition, we change that to a subtraction. For example, x plus 6 is equal to 10. So since we have plus 6 sitting over here with x, we do is that we take 6 to the other side and completely change the, okay, operation, which is addition to subtraction. All right, which means once x is isolated, we are able to get the answer for x. The value of x is 4, which means if you put the value of x as 4 here, 4 plus 6 will be equal to 10, and thus we are able to balance left hand side with right hand side. All right guys, so it's as simple as that. The same thing we do for subtraction. Okay, it is reversed to addition. So x minus 7 equals to 4. Okay, this is a core question, and since we are out to isolate x, so we'll take minus 7 to the other side as plus 7. All right, 4 will come and sit in its place. All right guys, but okay, x remains to the left hand side most of the time. Okay, and so when we add up this, it becomes 11, which means if we again have to check 11 minus 7, okay, in place of x, if we substitute 11, we find this balance completely, okay, true. The same thing here in the third case, multiplication. 5 into x, I have written over here 5 into x, okay, is equal to 20. So now you are able to register the multiplication sign between 5 and x, which means immediately you think that since it is multiplication, this will go to the other side to divide whatever is there already present in the right hand side. RHS, in short form we call it RHS. So 20 divided by 5 gives me 4, and hence x is equal to 4. So 5 into 4 gives me 20. All right, so this is all about the transposition. Now the same thing we do here. Once we will have identified that 3 is dividing x, it means that 3 is bonded over here with x with a division sign, so it goes to the other side to multiply. Okay, so 9 into 3 is equal to 27. Guys, so we'll be able to get the value of x, which means 27 sitting over here when divided by 3 will give me 9. So this stands true, okay, whenever we try to substitute the value of x, okay, here. So these all are some of the basics that you will be using up, okay, in solving the equation or trying to simplify it. But besides this, there will be several more complicated sums, okay, which may have involvement of brackets, small brackets, curly brackets, block brackets, and how you'll have to find out the LCM and then try and solve the whole sum. So I'll go to the next level. This is the first level, the very basic foundation of it, so which I am going to teach you in the same video. So please wait. All right. So let me see whether you are able to solve these two problems that I put before you. Well, this is the further variations that you will come across when solving sums based on linear equations. So here we have a question, minus x equals to 6. Okay. So number 6 one is x square equals to 25. Okay. So how are we going to find out the value of x in this case? So how would you approach? Okay, so the thing is, this is a bit twisted, all right, but I'm going to explain you. Okay, so sit with a intention to solve also on your own, guys, so that you can have a lot more involvement in the lesson. All right, so minus x equals to 6. This doesn't give me. So if you feel that this is a minus that goes to the other side to plus, okay, then are you going to travel x to the other side? That is not all right, because we had spoken about x being on the left hand side, which means how? We don't have any number over here. So how are we going to proceed? So I'd like to just make it a little more simpler to you, so that you can imagine. What if I wrote minus x this way? Say minus 1 multiplied by x, even that would give me a minus x, isn't it? Which means what? Minus 1 multiplied by x. Okay, correct? Now x has been separated. We can take this to travel to the other side. So 6 divided by minus 1 x, which means what? Minus plus minus. Therefore, my x will be equal to minus 6. This is my answer. So this is how we are going to segregate these kind of sums to be able to reach up to a tangible solution. All right. Now x to the power 2 equals to 25. All right. Now whenever there is a square of x, now in transposition the rule says that when x square sends its square to the other side, it square roots the number that is on the right hand side. In this case we have 25, so we square root 25, and therefore our answer is minus as well as plus 5. Now you may be wondering, why minus as well as plus 5? Why there are two values? Then that I can explain you in a little bit of rough work. Say 25 is here, correct? So what if I said, according to the rules of integers, minus, say minus 5 multiplied by minus 5, minus minus plus, that gives me 25. All right. And what if I said that plus 5 multiplied by plus 5, what does it give? It gives what? The same thing, 25. Which is why we have two options open for us whenever we are trying to find out square root of any numbers. Correct? So in this case our answer is minus and plus 5. Of course there is a certain limitations which you will be doing in higher classes, but for now you should understand that there will be two values of the square root of 25 here. Minus 5 and plus 5. Now we are already doing linear equations, so we'll go to the complex one by and by, which I'm going to show you okay, when I'm going ahead with this lesson, okay, in this video itself. Alright guys, so please browse over this whole thing and see if you have any doubts. You can always write to me in the comment section. I'm going to help you there. Alright. So there will be several occasions when you will be using multiple transpositions, okay, to be able to solve something. Say if I said that, okay, let me have this seventh question. Say 3x minus 7 equals to 11. Alright. So my first step would be to shift, because what I am trying to do is to isolate my x, which means minus 7 goes to the other side as what? Plus 7, and 3x remains here. I'm still not very happy because my x is sitting with 3 still. Okay, so in that case, the bond between 3 and x is multiplication, which means therefore my x has to be alone on condition that 3 goes to divide 18. And so I have 6 over here. Alright, so my x has a value of 6. 3 into 6 is 18, and 18 minus 7 will give me 11. Alright, so we are using multiple transposition, okay, rules over here. First one we used was taking this minus to plus, and then multiplication to division. Alright, now I am taking you to some more complex one. Okay, now say you have 2x plus 3 equals to say 3x minus 2. Now there is an involvement of brackets over here. Okay, small bracket, this is a first bracket. So whenever there are, okay, brackets, we need to see to it that they are also dissolved, okay, which means 2 will multiply with x to give us 2x. 2 into x is 2x. 2 into 3 is 6. What about the sign? What decides the sign? As per the integers, plus here, plus 2 multiplied by plus 3 gives me a plus sign. Here 3 into x is 3x, and plus 3 multiplied by minus 2 gives me a minus 6. Correct? Now our aim should be to bring all the x's on one side. Okay? So like this, and minus 6 is already here. Okay? And plus 6 needs to be shifted, so it comes as a minus 6. Alright? Here 2x minus 3x will give me minus x. Alright? And this minus 6 and minus 6 will give me minus minus plus, and we need to add up. Okay? So we are getting minus 12. Alright guys? So minus minus. Okay? There are two ways of doing this. Okay? I'm going to show you both. If I were to do like I did over here, minus 1 x minus 12. So I'll have x separated, minus 12 divided by minus 1. Okay, I am left with 12. The other option is that if, okay, minus x is here and minus 12 is here, we can cancel x. Okay, minus on both sides, and therefore write x equals to 12. Alright, so this is the answer for x. Okay, so if we put x over here equals to 12, 12 plus 3 is 15, 15 into 2 is 30. Here 15, 12 minus 2 is 10, 10 into 3 is 30. Alright, so let me bring you some more interesting ones. Okay, so this is another example which we can just go through. Say 2. Here I have got two brackets. 3x plus 2 minus 5, and this equals to 14. Alright. So how will you solve this? Okay, so tell me what will be the step that you would take in order to solve this particular equation. Okay, so it shouldn't frustrate you. You should take a strategy, a move, so that you will be able to, okay, reach up to the value of x by and by. So do not get overwhelmed that what should be the first step. So to me, what I would advise you that first we need to dissolve the first bracket. Okay, and how do we go is just the same way we did over here, 2 into x. So the same operation we'll do over here. We'll try to open up this. So 3 into x is 3x, 3 into 2 is 6, plus, 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 and minus 5 was already inside. Alright, and the rest can be copied. Correct, guys? Since these are two constants or the numbers, okay, so we need to simplify them first. Alright, so we have 3x sitting idly there, nothing to do. So plus 6 and minus 5 would give me a plus 1. Isn't it? So plus 6 and minus 5. 6 minus 5 is 1 equals to 14. Alright, guys. Now here there are two ways of going. Either you multiply this and open up this bracket, or you can take it directly there. So this is a smarter move, that you take 2 there and save yourself from making the sum, okay, larger than it is. Okay, so you will be saved of one step. So we have this equals to 7. Now 3x plus 1 is equal to 7. Now what seems a little, okay, awkward is we do not want neither 1 to be here nor 3 to be here. So again we are going on to a sum like this. Okay, just that the difference is plus here. There's a difference. Okay, sign here, that is subtraction. So we'll go by and by. 3x equals to 7 and x will be equal to 7. Okay, this will be minus. So 7 minus 1 is equal to 7 minus 1 is equal to 6. Okay, 3x, and therefore x will be equal to 6 divided by 3, which is equal to 2. So my answer is 2. Okay, therefore x is equal to 2. Okay, now we have done this sum, but I feel this sum is also not too complicated. So I'm going to give you a practice of at least 3 to 4 more larger sums. Okay, so that if you are able to crack them, it will be so much more easier, guys, to be able to solve each and every sum that comes in your exam, because you will have excelled in this linear equation concept so much that you'll find them quite easy. Do you agree with me, guys? Of course you agree. I'm sure that you know what I'm talking about. So please stick around. I'm going to bring some more